We have disagreed with a lot of people on this because we have said that there is no musculatal junub. What is the problem in the south? At least southerners should not be talking about musculatal junub. I figuratively say that is as old yeah ugat for agapna. Muni how muscular the surah. If somebody comes and sits on my back, who is the problem? The person being sat on or the person sitting on? It's the person sitting on me that is the problem, not I being sat on. And so it cannot possibly be a problem of musculatal junub. This is what can unite us. Al-Uruba cannot unite us. Africanism that is opposed to Uruba cannot unite us. Islam cannot unite us. Christianity cannot unite us, but Sudanism can unite us. Yes. Because it is the common cause. Let us also drop these crazy ideas that we must all be Arabs. Even God will not accept this. In His infinite wisdom, it is this same God that made the Arabs, that made the Nuba, that made the Fur, that made the Dinka, that made the Nubians, that made the Bija, that made the Shuluk, that made all the 500 different ethnic groups in the Sudan. And who is this to amend God's creation? The amendment. This person. Zol al amendment, I would say is against God. I will win this case. Wallahi lazim. Whoa! Whoa! We as Sudanese have a concrete anchor. We have an anchor in history. Is our mind an anchor in history? Then you are a nobody, and whatever you are doing will come to nothing. In this context, I want to talk about Darfur, because some people are mystified about what is going on in Darfur, and it is tragic, but it was bound to happen. What is happening in Darfur is government, what I would call government counterinsurgency gone wrong. See, counterinsurgency, and this is a military subject. When a regime is confronted with insurgency, it develops counterinsurgency. Hajat Dita Tamarad. I don't know what the counterinsurgency is in Arabic.
Yeah, that's right.
Mudada Tamarad Gul. Al-Mudada Tamarad, the logic of it is that the government recruits people, individuals, from the constituency of the Mutamaradin, from the constituency of the insurgents. Government trains this and forms them into counterinsurgency units. These counterinsurgency units then fight alongside regular troops to defeat the insurgents. So far, this is legitimate. And you go to any US training school here, you will find FMs, field manuals, on counterinsurgency. What has happened in the Sudan is different from what I have just said. Recruiting individuals from the constituency of the insurgents. Why do governments do this? Because these individuals, they know the local languages, they know the local cultures, they know the local terrains. So they will direct the military. They will help the military. They are supplementary. They assist the regular forces. In the Sudan, it is not individuals that are recruited from the constituency of the insurgents. It is tribes that are recruited. Ethnic groups or elements of ethnic groups that are recruited. And they are told, and another ethnic group is identified as the enemy. And so you have counter-insurgency tribes. It happened in the South before. Militia. The government used militia, tribal-based militias to mobilize their tribes to attack other tribes. This is what happened in Rwanda. The tribe of the president, Habyarimana, the Hutu, were used as a counter-insurgency tribe against the Tutsi, who were the tribe of the rebellion. The same thing is happening in the Sudan, that the elements of Arab tribes in Darfur, and it is not all the Arab tribes, and the majority of the Arab tribes in Darfur are against this. But government uses elements of them, just as they used them in the South. So although it is not but Arabs against Africans, because there are no Arabs in the South. But the same counter-insurgency strategy was used to devastate. Recently, the Shulu Kingdom, and some of you heard it, was devastated by this tribal-based militias and this government counter-insurgency. And so I want to say very clearly that the problem in Darfur is not the Janjaweed as such. The Janjaweed are only a tool. The problem in Darfur is the problem of Darfur is the government counter-insurgency strategy. It should not happen. No government should be allowed to use tribes against tribes in order to remain in power. And so, when the international community talks about the disarmament, well, the government should disarm the Janjaweed. It's a big joke. Because it is the same government that armed the Janjaweed. And so how can the same government disarm part of its forces? So the solution must be what I said before, to have a new government in Khartoum. Now, when I say to have a new government in Khartoum, I'm not saying that the NIF and the National Congress Party should go. We have an agreement with them. But according to that agreement, we actually have a new government, a government of national unity. Fogo National Congress Party, Fogo SPLM, Fogo other political forces. It is this new government that will have the political and moral will and capacity to solve the problems of the country as a whole. And so we have three processes that should go concurrently. Government should negotiate with the NDA, and we are doing this in Cairo at the end of the month, and complete that negotiation so as to reach agreement with the NDA. Government should negotiate with the armed opposition in Darfur so as to reach political agreement. One, it is a strategy that shall address the root causes that foster recurrent civil wars, so that these wars end in peaceful and just resolution of the conflicts all over our country, including Darfur and Eastern Sudan. This will be achieved through establishing what what we have called people sovereignty, a people-centered form of governance, a true social contract between the people and their government. لازم يكون في علاقة ده. People should not be alienated من حكومته. What we have in the Sudan is how people even view al-Hakuma. Hakuma bishufu as an object to be looted. and when somebody, I don't know how it is in the north, but I believe it is the same mentality. Can zol biga wazir 5 years بقول شو ولد فلان بقى وزير 5 سنة ولا بنا ولا قطيع.